Hello again, and continuing about layouts and the best possible pictures that I can come up with for these makes and models. I come up with this one for Toyota Camry. As you can see, this is a 4-cylinder. This is the exhaust manifold. Over here is where the air chamber is coming in. As you can see over here, this is the filter. Again, clips. Pick up, just move these clips, and the filter's under here. Again, this clamp over here is a tiny little screw that I said you could use a 1/4-inch ratchet to a nut driver, even a screwdriver. Anyway, air is being drawn in here into the intake chamber. Behind this, you'll always find the throttle body over here. So keep in mind a couple of things depending on the components you're looking for. The radiator is always in the front. Condenser is always in the front. The cap, the radiator cap, is always over here. You follow it, brings you right to the reservoir, and this is where you fill the coolant. When it reaches temperature and pressure, it expands. It has to be drained. It goes right into it. Has to be dumped right into here. Again, power steering reservoir. If you look, last time we talked about a Honda, all the pumps, the drive belts were on this side, if you remember. Now, look, the alternator is on this side. The belts and the pulleys and the pumps are on this side. Okay? So, look at the belt. You can see actually the belt, the drive belts over here. Accessory belts, they call them. It's on this side. So all the pumps are on this side. So again, if you're looking for the power steering reservoir, it's on this side. Follow these two. If you can see the picture, follow these two hoses. High pressure hose and a low pressure hose. It'll bring you right to the pump, and like I said, the pulleys are right here. So if the windshield reservoir, fluid reservoir, is this one over here. The struts are over here. Obviously, the struts are always in the same location in any car. They're always over here. They always go to the body. The other thing is, the most important, or one of the most important things is the high pressure. Actually, before that, the starter. If you're looking for the starter is located over here. So therefore, if you have problems with a starter, go and look in this area. Usually it's over here. Now, as you can see, these are the spark plug wires from a distributor, which is located over here. And you're going to find 4 wires. Because why? It's a 4-cylinder. This is I always call this the input. I always call this the output. The exhaust manifold, the input manifold. This is the output, and this is the oxygen sensor. With the oxygen sensor, you should find 4 wires. Always a connector for 4 wires. If you look over here, you can see the little oil filter over here. So really, things have not changed. Honda and Toyota, a little similar. As you can see, the fuse box is here, and you can see the battery is over here. Usually they're right next to each other. Again, this is a 4-cylinder. As you can see over here, the brake reservoir, always over here with a vacuum booster in back of it. And you're going to see a vacuum line going to the vacuum booster. That vacuum booster is when you change the fluid, you pump the pedal. Once you put the key in, boom, you create vacuum, and the pedal goes down from this. Now that's that one for V6s, for Toyota Camrys. Again, almost the same concept. When you see these type of wires, you know you're talking about something with the brakes. These type of conduits for the ABS pump. Again, the strut is in the same place. Again, where are the pumps? We're talking about a V6 over here. Front wheel drive. Where are they located? Look over here. If you can see over here, this is part of the alternator. And it's hard to see, like I said, not every possible component will be easy to be seen, but at least you'll understand and you get the idea of where to find the components if you're looking for components. So this is the alternator over here. This is the belt around the pulley. Therefore, the pulleys are over here and the pumps are over here. If you're not sure, power steering reservoir again. These are the two hoses. Follow the hoses and it'll go right over here. So you're going to have the water pump. You're going to have the crankshaft all the way on the bottom. And here's a better view of, for the ABS, the pumps, and the windshield reservoir, fluid reservoir. Okay, now here's this for the strut. The strut does not change. Again, these are grounds that you can use when you use jumper cables. What about this? Same idea. See this? Follow this reservoir. Where it's coming from. See where it's coming from? Here's the hose. The fat hose, again, is the operator hose. And look at the clamps that we just talked about. Follow it. When it hits the pressure, coolant goes into here. After it cools down, that coolant goes back into here. Again, oxygen sensor. Again, ignition coils. Coil unplug method. This is a V6, as you can tell. 3 here, 3 in the back. Where is the input? I call it the input. The air intake chamber, again, find the filter, the air filter. The air filter is here with 2 clips. Air is being drawn here. Then you have a throttle body. I don't know if you can see it, but there is these cables. These cables control the throttle body over here behind all this to open and to let air into the intake manifold. So these little wires over here, cables, they're called cables for cruise control and for when you step on the pedal, is the throttle body. And there's a TPS sensor over here, because that's for throttle body. Okay, now if you want to find other things, if you want to find, let's say, mass airflow sensors or things like that, you have to look for in this area. It's always in the beginning over here. Again, for the other things, if you want to find the starter is right here. If you want to bang on it, if you think you have a problem with a starter, bang on this. Okay, again, the oxygen sensor is right here, so you know this is the exhaust manifold, and this gets hot, so be careful about this part. If you want the compressor, follow the lines right here. Follow the lines right here, and go to the condenser. The condenser is right here behind the radiator. Doesn't matter. Okay, so these are some of the parts that I've been describing up to now. Obviously, the battery is here. And usually they cover the positive, as you can see. So have this in mind when you're looking at V6s. Try to get a good picture of it. And of course, there's EGR valves, PCV valves, all around. Vacuum booster that we spoke about over here. Wiper motors over here. Struts. Remember, all the pulleys, all the pumps are on this side now. For rear wheel drive, on this side. Looking at the bottom again. Looking at the bottom. Transmission. Over here. This is the oil pan. This is a transmission pan. So, obviously, if you want to take out the drain plug, you're looking right at it, right over here. You know where to go. Let me get a good view. Let me back up. Okay? Transmission is over here. Now, all the CV joints and all the, as we say, the tie rods are here, if you can see them. The CV joints, make sure all these boots are intact. Nothing is leaking over here. It's going right to the axle over here. As you can see over here. You will not see a stabilizer bar over here. So obviously the transmission is here. This is the pan that you take out. You change the filter. Right? Change the filter. And also the gasket when you do a flush. Over here. Obviously the rotors over here. The ball joints. If you can see it if you can see it, and you have you have the cross members over here and all these things, and this is the output of the exhaust. So you can see it. This is the tie rods right here. That's what turns the wheels over here. This is the cross members. If you see a better picture, over here. So as you can see, if you need the fuel tank, it's over here. And I found I think this is the best way to actually tell people what the components are, what you're talking about. So again, please subscribe to the channel. I have 500 subscribers. It's a miracle. I didn't even think I would have that. And also views. Views is a different story in life. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be making more of them. I'll be going more into detail what the components are, what the components are. This is only part 1 for Toyota Camry, because they are the best-selling car in the world. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Thank you.